Hi guys, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Arrrgh Design. I am doing a thrift haul video, and the hashtags that I use are connected to three different hostesses. One is Thrifty Canucks, hosted by Kim Newberg, a maritime buddy of mine. And hashtag Thrifted Treasures is hosted by Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic. And finally, hashtag Thrifty Thursday, which is hosted by Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. So I happened to be in the city the other day, and for a play at the Citadel Theater, and knew that I had some Value Village coupons that will be expiring at the end of the year. And we're into November already, so I'm thinking, who knows, roads, weather, blah, blah, blah. I should go and use them. So in case you don't know, if you donate to Value Village, they give you a 20% off coupon. So I knew that I had at least two of those. And of course, that was my thought process. I would look at a price and think, oh yeah, but it's 20% off. Except when I got to the till, do you think that I could find my damn coupons? Not, I couldn't have used two, but certainly I couldn't even find one. So, yeah, what you see is what I paid. However, when I got home and had a better look in yet one more pocket in my wallet, I found it. So, again, is this overkill or what? I bought 3 bundles. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 10. 3 bundles of Christmas stationery. It may not be the most beautiful designs in the world, but they're not gigantic either. I thought I read somewhere that it's 30 sheets. So a lot of these could work as signature pages. And obviously somebody had been trying to sell them for 50 cents, probably at a garage sale. So I'll just quickly show you the difference. I didn't realize there was a cardinal there. So again, 30 pages is not going to go that far. This was the only one that really lent. Oh, but then he'd be sideways. I was going to say that with these stripes and the Merry Christmas running this way, but anyway, Santa would have to be cockeyed. So, are there any different ones in here? I'm doing this video standing up. Now, I do have a standing desk. I'm finding that my body is suffering a bit from all the sitting. So, that one's different. So I'm trying this strategy. Did I show this one? Now, if I would have been a little bit smarter, I would have changed the height of the table, because right now this height is not exactly great for my back. But maybe it'll make me speed up also. I picked this cushion cover, and it is, kind of one of those homespun coarser type fabrics that, we really love. So 12, so this would be a 16-inch cushion cover. And of course, it's got all that text. So it's got, typical holiday, Christmas type, lines, so to speak. And I figured that, once I take the seams apart, it could easily make 4 journal covers or even more depending, you know, if they were a bit smaller than normal, then even more. I picked up this box of stationery. It's supposed to be 30 sheets and 24 envelopes. Now, I Of course, you can't do that in a store. And that box, of course, would be good for lovely sort of, you know, bird's egg blue. That looks like it's probably intact, which is great. Maybe not the best price in the world, but hey. I thought I was getting 20% off. Now this, I was never, like I've said before, I've never really gotten I never, you know, drank the scrapbooking Kool-Aid, but there was this cool thing. Now I have no way of knowing if there are really 365 pages in here, but these are 7 by 5.5. So basically, it should be 365 of these pages. Now, of course, some are going to be more beautiful than others. And it's dated 2007. So does that not lend itself immediately to either, you know, a page, a centerfold, say, in a journal? I mean, cut that strip off. Or fussy cut around these and make them into cards. And I'm sure that there are some really ugly ones in here too. You know, like, I mean, the flower border would be fine, but like, come on. That's awful. So is that. You know, so I'm sure there are going to be some that are more useful than others. But even if they were just used as backing papers, they're, I think they tend to probably be more, I want to say kid-friendly. Oh, that's a cute one. You know, so obviously I'm going to have to go through these and pick the ones that either work with a project that I'm currently working on, or, oh, and it looks like they're sort of thematic. So for, you know, towards the end of October, they're Halloween. And then, oh, I should be pulling out the Christmassy ones. Anyway, I don't have to do that in front of you guys, but whoops. I won't do that in front of you guys. Just another little job here in the studio that happens behind the scenes. Oh, I bought this stamp. Now, it was $4.99. I always, because I've been burnt in the past, I always try out a stamp in the store, because we know that quite often stamps get donated when they stop working effectively. So this is a cute one. It seems to work well, so I'm sure that $5 was a fraction of what it cost initially. Oh, and Kim, if you're watching, guess why I bought this? Kim Newberg had done a haul not so long ago. Let's see if we can count. This is adding machine tape. $4, 3, 6, I think it's 10 rolls of adding machine tape. Now, obviously, if this doesn't, you know, that's a heck of a lot of paper. That's miles and lineal miles and miles and miles of paper to use in a craft room. But it would be a standard size, I'm sure, 2.5. Oh, 2 2 1/4. that we can use in our writing machine, which we only use at tax time. Anyway, Kim's idea for this, and it's a heck of a good one, is to just use this to make little notepads. You know, whether you, oh, sorry, I'm kind of not paying attention to what I'm doing here, even though I can clearly see my phone from this vantage point. So basically, she just cuts a number of lengths and staples them together and adds maybe a little header or a little cover of some sort, and automatically has little notebooks. So, you know, there's absolutely, other than cutting length, or I guess in height, whatever, and instead of, there's only one cut required, and then the width obviously is neat, pre-measured, and a heck of a good idea. Now, this I thought was rather cute. I don't know. Okay, it says, so it's a box, and I don't know what the significance of Roxy is, other than, and these two are bundled together. Oh, here's some stickers. So I can see getting rid of this top part here, you know, and just having this as a sorting device on one's desk. You know, pretty darn cute as it is. Mind you, there's also that snap there. And don't you just love when they put the price tags in the most prominent, now this is a bit like coated paper in a sense. So this is coming off, but it just kills me when they put sticky stuff like this in a place where the only way to get it off is to ruin whatever's underneath. And I think, I didn't obviously have time when I was there yesterday, but I'm going to make it my business now when I go to Value Villages to ask to speak to the manager and suggest that when the people in the back are bagging stuff up, you know how they have virtually a wall of bagged up items for so housewares, personal grooming, crafts, kids, you name it. Like, I got these because these are so darn cute. 2.5 inches square. Yeah. So all these cute brown and cream colored envelopes, and all these cute little things. Now, they all say Roxy on them. I don't understand the significance of Roxy. However, we know that one simple thing will cover that. So a couple different styles. This one is unopened, but it clearly is going to be the same. So I thought that was pretty darn cute. Anyway, back to those grab bags. Okay, they're not using, a fireproof aluminum shield. They're using a plastic bag. So, and plastic, by its very nature, is see-through. Would it not be smart and easier for the customer to figure out, sorry, this thing, I have this gooseneck phone holder thingamajig perched on something to make the height work. So when I bump the table, it shakes the whole thing. And anyway, I'm sorry for the abrupt movements, but maybe I'm getting a bit agitated. Anyway, a plastic bag. Can you not put those things in there so that some of the contents are visible at the front of the bag, which they do, but also at the back of the bag? Like, you know, it's no wonder that people tear little holes in there, because I think we've all been disappointed sometimes with the contents because we can't tell what the heck is in there. And they would double the visibility of the contents if they only turned a few items around to face the back of the bag. Anyway, that's my rant for today. And I'll get down off my soapbox. So this is obviously about 13 and something by 9. And I've never seen anything like this. It's called the Dean Payroll Book. Look how nice it matches my cutting thing here. It's pretty darn skinny. But look at this. Is that not cool? So, I mean, oh, there is something written. Oh, no, this is a sample of how to use it. So has never been used. The pages are enormous. Oh, this is something different. This is the payroll recapitulation pages. I wonder if there's a date on 1995. Wow. So different pages in here, obviously. Actually, that green would even work in some Christmas journals if a person was so inclined. Now, I should show you this one last thing, and then I'll get into a few books. I thought, I've never seen anything like this before, but hey, I don't get around that much. These are record sleeves that are, okay, they're called cardboard record covers. So they're 12 inches square. They have the center little window for obviously showing what the name of the album is. They have different colored, borders on them. Are there 12 here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And they're sort of plastic lined, I guess. What do they call it? Polyethylene lined, I guess, to protect the record itself. So if it's for 15, let's use a ruler. So it's about 12.5 inches by just under 12. So I think there's some possibilities here. Don't have a plan just yet, but I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, so books. Now at Value Village, if you buy 5, you get the cheapest one free. So, this is not considered a book. This was in sort of the journal area. I thought this was kind of cool. It's in reasonably good shape. It has this vintagey cover and these lovely little illustrations inside. Quotes. Got us a grid paper. Tabs. Oh, somebody stuck something. 2010 Fort record. I don't know what that was there for. But these cute illustrations, like it just seems old school, even though, maybe it isn't that old. Did I look for a date? Maybe there will be something at the back. So the tabs have a lovely illustration and a built-in pocket. Then you've got something like that. Oh, that looks like a child wrote it. Plant garlic fall 2011, plant kale spring 2012. Yowza, that's kind of awful printing. Again, lovely images, grid paper, another vintagey thing, quotes. So I think I might have mentioned at some point that I did buy one of those, oh, I can't remember the brand name. Anyway, those, that gizmo for binding things using coils like this. I've never taken it out of the box, so one of these days you'll probably have the privilege, misfortune of watching me do that. But with something like this, other than taking out that ugly stuff, so this page would have to be backed because obviously that can't stay. But I want a beet. Did I tell you I can't seem to grow root crops, beets, carrots in my raised flower beds. There doesn't seem to be enough room for them to spread out. Anyway, I thought this was really nice. I can see turning this into a journal for moi. 2008, published in the UK. Yeah. This was unpriced, so of course I always separate in my cart. I separate the things that don't have prices because I want to draw it to their attention, and I want it to be a price that this needs some wiping, and this has long since lost its elasticity. I want to be fully cognizant of what they intend to charge me. And I've also mentioned that in previous haul videos that I think I usually get a lower price because I say, what do you intend to charge me for this? Or what will you charge me for this? And then it forces them to utter the number. I have the makings, lots of stuff that I've accumulated for fairy journal. Now, I don't intend to learn how to draw or paint fairies, but I thought that there were enough cute images in this book that I could, fussy cut or use the pages as a whole. So, and I guess I'm also learning that fairies are not always necessarily, the sweet little things we think of when we think of Cecile. Is it Baker? No, she's got 3 names. But anyway, you know who I mean. The sweet one. Something like the florally garden fairies that she has. This girl looks a little more menacing with those pointy ears. So, there are fairies and then there are fairies, is basically. Like, look at that girl. Do we call them girls? I don't know. Again, this is a different style. So between, the full page completed ones or something like that would be totally usable, or that close up, I thought this was pretty good. Baby fairy. And then look at the wardrobe. Fairy fashions. What every well-dressed fairy is wearing. Hair and headdresses. With ears like this, it's a little bit like my daughter's French bulldog. Every time she gets a jacket or a Halloween costume or whatever, what do you do with those ears? Look at these wings. So this will be and eyes. Oh, noses, eyes, mouth. This will be a fun one to use, I think. So that was How to Draw and Paint Fairies by Linda Ravenscroft. This was with the, they didn't charge, I actually paid less than that, to be honest. And I don't know what language this is. this is one of those things that just has this, oh, I didn't realize it wasn't glued. So, wonder what the heck this is. Oh, look at, she's putting money into a piggy bank. Isn't this clever? A way to protect this without disfiguring the cover. And this brown paper has its own appeal. So I don't know, what is that, 1001 tips? But look at the paper. I wonder if that's, I don't know. I don't know, so I shouldn't guess. So again, they're really, other than that cover illustration, which I didn't even know was there, it's just basically numbers and this foreign language. Okay, this one I thought was kind of cool. This is Stage Costume, Step by Step, Mary Kay Kid. Oh, I'm forgetting to measure. 10 by 8. 6 by 9.5. 8 3/4 by 8 3/4. 8 1/4 by 10. Okay, we're all caught up on the measurements. So this, I didn't look at the cover either. So it's kind of plain. This was obviously a library book at some point. Gonna ruin the end papers, guys. But there are many images. The paper is somewhat glossy. Many images to fussy cut. So there's the sort of the sewing notion-y kind of stuff. But it gets better. And then there are these drawings of costumes, you know, potential costumes from different time periods. Now, of course, we know, oh, and it's a sewn-in signature, so that's always a good thing. So we know that it's, you know, a choice. Unless you use the entire page as a folio page in your journal or a flip out or something, you're going to have to sacrifice one thing for another. So then there are also photographs. Oh, you want to be a cow? Want to be a cat? A dame and a boy. 60s and 70s. 50s. Poodle skirt, except they're not poodles. 30s and 40s. 20s. Early 20th century. Victorian. Mid-19th century. Empire. Well, I don't need to point everything out to you. But it goes on and on. And even these little things, wouldn't they make great page borders? You know, just kind of fussy cut around that. Or if you want to be instructive, leave it that way with the, you know, the descriptors on there. Yeah, so I thought that one was quite cool. Now, I'm positive that I have this book. This one is in not great condition, so I will compare if I haven't cut into my other one, and if it's in better condition, then this will become my cut-up book. So we know how good Reader's Digest is, by and large, at doing these illustrated books. So this one is Book of North American Birds. The profile is tall and skinny, which is 11 and something by 6.5, roughly. Now it is coming apart here which again is not an issue because that just makes my job easier. But look, oh, I didn't realize there were these smaller ones, but these could be great. Let me just look against the light. Yeah, the printed line, the separating line seems to be lined up. So if a person cut across this, fold it in half, you automatically have something wonderful to put in pockets. I didn't even flip to the back here. How cute owl. I guess the date is in front. Anyway, where does it begin? Okay, so up to, special collection. Now, these are one-page wonders, I would say, because there's a lovely illustration. There's a map of North America. Excuse me. Boulder name, couple paragraphs of explanation, and some actual specs on the bird. So, what is not to love here? We've had these red poles. So just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful book. 1990. And then my final one, and Kim, again, I think this may be, in one of her haul videos, she came across, I think it was a book about L.M. Montgomery, the creator of the Anne of Green Gables books. And of course, Kim lives in the Maritimes, so, I mean, PEI is probably a stone's throw away from where she is. But this, I thought, was really lovely. So there's probably a series of these. I should maybe look and see if there's anything inside that tells me that. So this is nearly 9 by just over 11. So Anne Austen, an illustrated treasury featuring removable memorabilia, including handwritten letters, drafts, and more, by Rebecca Dixon. So somebody obviously cut their name out of the corner there. 2008. Now it doesn't list other books in the series. Would it say it here? No. But, okay. Whoops, my little note cards are falling over. Okay, so there are these pages that could easily become folio pages. Sewn signature, pull quotes, different sorts of little boxed in things, watermark type illustrations, cute little illustrations even for the, oh sorry, I'm pointing to stuff you can't see. Pull quotes, little labels, different fonts, a watermark type illustration, this thing with the page number. I'm going to have to try to edge this back and forth. So, obviously, more of the same. Pages are sort of semi-gloss. But let me get to the goodies. So then you come to a page like this, which has a cello envelope, and then reproduction papers off letters. So that one, I don't know, there's no date there. But isn't that cool? Like, it's almost like someone made a handmade journal, much like we do, except it was done at a king-size printing press. I didn't bother counting how many of these pockets there are, but there are several. I'll just kind of flip quickly ahead to the next one. Here's another one. Oh, it says what the envelope contains. A handwritten letter from Jane Austen to her young niece, Cassandra Eston Austen, showing her sense of humor with the puzzle of mirror writing, written at Chawton in January of 1817. And then a handwritten poem for her brother, Frank, 1809. These black and white pen and ink drawings are nice as well. Here's another one. This contains a sketch of Jane Austen by her sister, circa 1810, and a watercolor of Jane, 1804. Hollow cut silhouette. And here, illustrations by Hugh Thompson from a 19th century edition of Pride and Prejudice. So that's cool as well. Selected pages from one piece of Jane Austen's Juvenilia. At the age of 16, she wrote The History of England, a parody of blah, 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 and a letter. So, again, I don't know that it spells out. So is it maybe one envelope per chapter? So 6 chapters. Anyway, I just thought that has so many possibilities. So on that note, I will end this video. Again, to see, I have a thrifting playlist on my channel. And of course, if you can't get enough of thrifting videos, which I know a lot of us are hooked on them, then there are those 3 hashtags and the hosts' names and channels that I always include in my description box. So thank you so much for joining me. And now I have some work to put this stuff away. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.